Dear YouTube, are you okay? Are you okay? Because recently it seems that YouTube, or better said, Google, wants to start a war with everyone using their service, or at least making things very, very inconvenient. AI has been quite a hot topic on social media recently, and many people use it, many people are completely against it. Many YouTube creators also use it, and some make cool videos, others make the worst kind of entertainment that you can possibly think of, and those are also doing very well on this platform right now. And YouTube has decided to balance things. To quote them, we have long-standing policies that prohibit technically manipulated content that misleads viewers and may pose a serious risk of egregious harm. Yeah, that's not the case. For example, content forms which involve cooking have a tendency to create videos where nothing they show actually works, and in many cases you'd really risk having your cooking equipment damaged at the very least, or you are subjecting your entire house to a fire risk. And some are even potentially dangerous and hazardous, since the meals that you make yeah, can actually be very bad for you. They can make you sick, or even worse. And this has become such an issue in the last years that debunking videos became a thing of its own. And I do recommend watching those videos. For the most part, they are very well researched, and they expose some of the worst videos on this platform. But the problem here is that YouTube doesn't do anything to really hinder content farms. Despite them having policies against content farms, they just choose to ignore them. Anyway, back to AI. YouTube now plans to make these changes where content creators need to disclose if AI was used in the video, and so far it's hard to say how these changes will really affect content creators, and I do wonder how they will be enforced. You see, I do not consider videos where someone uses a single AI image or something else that just is here for a few seconds and then the rest of the video doesn't have any kind of AI to be worthy of getting the made by AI stamp on it. And the question is, where will YouTube draw the line? Who knows, but their track record isn't exactly encouraging. By the way, the thumbnail of this video was created by AI. I did use an AI image generator to get the YouTube logo appear confused, and I think it did a fine job with it. The other pictures it did were also quite good, but I really like this one. And if YouTube will be very strict, this means that the video I'm making right now would be labeled as using AI, even though I only flash the image for a few seconds and the rest of the video won't have anything. But oh well, I really hope it won't get that far. I really hope. But you really have to ask yourself what exactly can be considered as synthetic content at this point. Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, Adobe Effects. Plenty of those exist out there, and many of these slightly change things, and it will be really hard to say what is synthetic and what isn't. And my fear really is that in practice this will be a complete disaster, and I could see smaller creators getting really badly punished. Meanwhile, the big fish, which are guilty of the same things, will be completely. The not so recent YouTube drama with Sniper Wolf certainly isn't a good indicator for the future. For those of you who don't know, Jax Films is making videos on YouTube for a very long time, and he got really annoyed when YouTube really awarded people who basically don't contribute anything to the videos they make. They just use someone else's content, and then just an image of their appears next to them, or they make some kind of comment which really is really shallow. And many people took advantage of this, so that by basically just taking other people's work and then just plastering themselves next to it, reacting, and what can I say? Jack's films really showcase how bad this is. And how does Sniper Wolf react to this? She doxed him on Instagram. YouTube at first completely ignored this, and they probably hope that people will just somehow forget. They thankfully didn't. And in the end, she did get a small punishment by having some of her recent videos demonetized for a while they also said to Jackson that he should also quit it because somehow he is also at fault, which people didn't agree at all, and YouTube even got a community note of shame on X, and deservedly so. Because let's be real, she likely would have had her channel completely demonetized forever, or maybe even completely removed, had she been a small creator and not a cash cow. YouTube, by the way, is quiet for AI when it comes to their own benefit. After all, Demi Lovato and some other partnered music artists are now part of Dream Track, which generates audio for YouTube Shorts. So the cynical side of me kind of suspects that in the long term, YouTube's stance on AI might result in their AI being rewarded, while people who use the competition will be punished. And that wouldn't be a good thing. And one further problem remains. How exactly is YouTube going to detect AI? Because I have a feeling lots of false positives will happen. I myself have been affected over the years with this. At one point I even had a public domain clip copyright claimed, and I appealed it. I won, but the fun thing is that the company who detected the clip didn't even own the said media even before it went into public domain. That's not a good thing. That something like that could happen wasn't a good thing. False copyright claims sadly aren't anything new on YouTube. Many people took advantage of this, and I have a feeling that it will get really bad soon. And not just on YouTube. If you followed content creators on YouTube over the years, you likely came across at least some of them having to deal with random strikes or even channel suspensions due to YouTube having a hiccup. And that is worrying. One really hilarious example that comes to mind for me is from a couple of years ago when they suspended several big Pokemon Go creators on YouTube because apparently this happened after really careful manual decisions of YouTube finding out that they had really bad content, and it became quite obvious that probably no actual person looked at this. What got flagged back then were videos using two letters C and P. In Pokemon Go this is combat powered if you shorten it, but YouTube detected it for videos that pedos collect, you know, CP. And yeah, YouTube did restore those channels rather quickly, but that kind of hiccup really shouldn't happen at all. And now imagine if some smaller creator with only a handful of subscribers would be affected and wrongfully flagged. Would YouTube even bother? I mean, even with the bigger creators, sometimes they take for ages before they fix things. And YouTube's detection system is surely being quite busy recently because I now had 4 of my videos rated 18 plus, all of which have been uploaded over 10 years ago, and for like 12 or so years they've been perfectly fine. Nobody complained. YouTube didn't have a single problem with them. And Not anymore. I kind of doubt that people actually reported them recently, since I don't get that many views, and those were videos that in like over a decade collected just about 2000 views or so. So I suspect that YouTube detected something in them, and suddenly they're no longer okay. These videos did include me swearing, and some of them did include me reading rather smutty fanfictions for laughs, which of course isn't okay for kids, but those videos weren't targeted for kids, and they weren't available on YouTube Kids, so what gives? Seriously, what gives? Are you seriously going to tell me that a 16-year-old will start crying if the F word is mentioned in the video? Say what you will about the 2000s and how things were really slow back then, how the internet was really slow back then, how YouTube videos loaded for a while, and how the YouTube video quality was crap, but at least people weren't that soft back then. And yes, in case you're wondering, this is one of the reasons why some of my videos vanished from my channel. That and some copyright holders decided to claim them after all of those years, despite all of them falling under fair use. But on YouTube, the copyright holders get to decide if they'll respect that or not. And in most cases, they do not respect fair use, so since they have the power to decide it, they of course are going to decide it in a way that they will have the advantage of it, and the YouTube creators will have the disadvantage, which is BS, but oh well. And I need to take this into consideration since I want to make more videos about anime, and in Japan they really do not give a damn about fair use. Even parody doesn't really fall under fair use, so if you have unauthorized parody, you might just well get sued there. That isn't good. This is actually one of the reasons why when I moved to Japan, I admire the country in many ways. I like the culture. I think it's really interesting, but those things, no. Absolutely not. Anyway, back to YouTube. Since next to AI, YouTube has also decided to now punish those who use ad blockers. And they became really aggressive about this to the point that it became quite the debate on social media, with most people thinking that YouTube has gone completely crazy. Well, if their ads wouldn't be so annoying and insufferable, most people probably wouldn't have a problem with them and would just ignore them. However, the times of pop-up ads where you just click the X and they were gone are long gone. And these days, most ads are unskippable. Google Chrome, of course, isn't helping with this since, as the name suggests, it's owned by Google, just like YouTube. And yeah, they made things regarding ad blockers really inconvenient there. But yes, Firefox and some other browsers are fighting back. Well, many people now switch to Firefox because of this, not me, because I've always been using Firefox as my main browser. And so far I've been really lucky. I haven't gotten a single warning on YouTube when I'm using it on my laptop, but Google being really greedy can result in this changing relatively soon. So yes, YouTube is bombarding people with ads, and they really badly want to be the next TikTok, it seems, because is it just me, or are the shorts getting really annoying recently? They've been everywhere. And I hate TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. Everything regarding TikTok is to me complete crap because it's really bottom of the barrel entertainment. But on YouTube, it's not really that much better because the problem for me aren't the shorts itself, but the kind of shorts that are everywhere. Because most of them are just clickbaity content, which is either incredibly shallow and they aren't really informative in the slightest, and most of them are outright fake, and plenty of them have stolen content. So yeah, what can you say? The quality really declined a lot, and yet they still get a lot of views. So I'm not even that angry at people who make them, I'm more angry at the people who watch them and constantly complain about how bad they are. Like, I've I've seen some of these shorts, and I've seen a lot of the same people in the comments complaining how bad they are, how this is bad, and how this is stolen, and how this isn't true, and you are aren't helping. You simply aren't helping. This is not how the YouTube algorithm works. You're actually helping the YouTube algorithm by commenting on these videos and watching them. That's how content farms work. They don't care about quality. They don't care about content. They just want that you click on their videos. And that's it. The more views they get, the happier they are. They couldn't give a shit if you like or dislike their content. This said, I will make some shorts starting next month on my YouTube channel, and I'll make sure that they won't have the problems and the flaws that the shorts I hate have. Some of them will be recycled content of my older videos. Others will be summarized content for future videos, or basically I'm planning on releasing videos and then making a short that's related to it, which at the end will say that if you want more information, watch the actual video on my channel. And that, I think, is a fair trade-off. I don't think that that's going to be annoying, and of course everything in my videos and my shorts, I'll make sure that it's accurate, that it's not deceiving the viewer. But more on that in the future. Right now I'm preparing to go to Prague for a week, so I'll likely be already on my way there when this goes live. So stay tuned. See ya.